To start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Joe Mixon, and an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mixon. And an alley to run. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
I got you, son.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On third down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Here we go.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check. 40's the mic. 40's the mic.
Throwing on first down. Baldwin. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Baldwin. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Fournette, a first down carry. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
46. 5-2 the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. We got it. 52, Mike 52. Nice, sweetheart. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Crunch time, defense. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. He's coming. Hey, kill.
And this one's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott on play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, it's Mixon. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the double. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Boom. 53 is the Mike.
On 3rd and 2, Baldwin. And able to find Green. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Set, ready. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. We got 3.
From the gun, Baldwin. Green brings it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Now a give, right side. McFarland, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Mike 42, check. Thumbs up the helmet. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Baldwin. And that's complete. It's Green here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Geno Atkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll toss it to Fournette. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Here's Jordan Berry now. Back now in Cincinnati as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to Mixon on first down. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So after 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ready. Shorty base. 42. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hustle. Mike 42.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Mike's 4-2. What we got?
Operating from the gun, Baldwin. And that will be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. The drive will start with Connor. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Right back to Connor here on 1st. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Jumper. Check nickel. Watch the safety creep. Check. We're going to 53. Check. 26.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Fournette on the counter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Let's make these babies cry.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Now Prescott. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. He'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. This is Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll run it again with Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
He's coming. We got down low. Check it.
A toss running left, Fournette. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. Shedding his way forward. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought. Down at about the 23-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Open man is born. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Prescott. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Keep the flag. Coming to you. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Alert. Alert. 3 down. 3 down. Eddie Wesley. Tight go. Tight go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He's going to air it out deep for Green, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
First down and 10. At their own 33-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again, it's Connor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't